Hello, and thank you for watching this PD today entitled Unpacking the Role of a Mentor. This PD is specific to North Carolina mentors, and some of the elements are specific to only those mentors within Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. I am Amy Wagner, a professional learning specialist in CMS. On this screen, you will see my email, amy.wagner@cms.k12.nc.us. Please reach out to me with any questions, or if you're in another district, we would love to connect with you on this work. As we work to unpack the role of a mentor, it is important to emphasize that the goal or focus of mentoring teachers is retention. Now, that's not to say that we're not also focused on growth. We are, but the primary goal for us as mentors is retaining our beginning teachers. As many of us would probably agree, this is an extremely challenging profession. Therefore, as mentors, we need to be that safe place for our mentees, a cheerleader, an encourager, and sometimes a shoulder to cry on. We need to be able to lift up our beginning teachers when they are down, and we want to help them make it through those first 3 very difficult years in teaching. A crucial part of mentoring is relationship building, and this goes hand in hand with the last slide of focusing on retention. We want to ask them questions to learn more about them as a person as well as an educator. We also want to encourage them as much as possible. Celebrate all the wins, even the smallest successes. Work to establish trust. And remember that trust is a fragile thing. Once broken, it's hard to get back. So maintain confidentiality within limits with your beginning teacher. And finally, have fun. We know that it is a very serious profession, and the weight of it can be hard to carry sometimes. Find ways to be silly and to have downtime together. One way we like to do this is conversation starters. In the description of this video, you will see a link to relate conversation cards. These are a fun way to learn more about your mentee, have them learn more about you, and just have some laughs together. And as you work with your beginning teacher, it's important to always keep in mind the stages that a new teacher is going through. They start out the year so optimistic, idealistic, anticipating a fabulous year ahead of them. Then they move into being very overwhelmed with all of it: behavior management, planning, testing, grading, building partnerships with parents. The list goes on and on. By December, they are dealing with a lot of overwhelming emotions. They may feel like they're failing. They might be wondering what they've gotten themselves into. This is when we really have to step in and remind them of their why, build them up, encourage them. Remind them that it will never be perfect, and to give themselves grace. Then around March, they start to see the light at the end of the tunnel and things start moving up. Knowing these stages can help you better mentor your new teacher. So, along with building relationships, understanding the phases of a new teacher, and focusing on retention, there are some required tasks of mentoring. The first 2 on the left side are required before you start mentoring. So hopefully you've already done these. First, you must complete the state mandated mentor training, and you can see the My Talent course number on the screen for that. Then you must complete the mentor contract, and this is specific to CMS, and this should only take you about a minute to complete. It's very short, but it has to be completed so that you can receive your flex certificate from the district. I think it's actually 2 flex certificates. And you can see the bit.ly link to that mentor contract on the screen. If you haven't done that yet, go ahead, pause the video, and do it right now, because that's a very important step for you. Then you will need to help your beginning teacher with their professional development plan, their PDP, as we call it here in CMS. And you were helping with that at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year. You might have to help them create their goals at the beginning of the year and figure out how to make them measurable and SMART goals. Then you'll want to check in with them at the middle of the year and end of the year to see how they're doing. offer suggestions, and give them resources to help them meet those goals. You will also sign off on their PDP in My Talent at each stage. Then finally, you will need to meet regularly with your beginning teacher. It'll probably be more frequently for your less experienced mentees. And then you can pull back a little bit more as they start to get, their feet underneath them. And don't forget to log those meetings in My Talent. And that is completely confidential. No one can see what you're putting in there. You can also go to the bit.ly on the screen. It's bit.ly/create mentoring plan. And this will just give you some more tips and tricks for creating that plan of working with your beginning teacher. And then, of course, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the link to our department's mentor responsibilities, which can give you great month-by-month ideas to help you plan out your BT support. And it's important to point out that the support offered by a mentor is global. You're helping with everything, depending on where they are in their experience, how they're feeling that day, or what's going on in their personal lives. Teacher mentors often have to offer a broad range of help and support. And you can see just some of those areas of support on this slide here. And a mentor must display ethical behavior, keeping it professional, keeping it positive. If you don't know the story of the marigold, that is another new video in our channel that I encourage you to watch. It talks about how important positivity is when supporting a new teacher. As I've mentioned, maintain confidentiality and always model the behavior that you would want from your mentee. And a big part of mentoring in the state of North Carolina is to know the mentoring standards. These standards align directly with the North Carolina Teacher Evaluation Tool. The two bit.lys at the bottom of the screen and the description notes of this video can provide a deeper dive into these standards. I especially like the continuum because it shows us how we can always look for areas of growth in this important work that we are doing. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. And here are all the ways, again, that you can follow our team. We love to do social media giveaways for teachers in our district. So make sure to subscribe, follow us, like us. Thank you so much.